Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me today for another video. I'm doing something a little abstract today. What I've done is I've taken this is a 12 by 12 inch canvas, and I've just gone over it with a roller brush, like this, just to coat the canvas. So I'm gonna let that dry for just a minute. Okay, now that this is dry a little bit, it's still tacky, but that's okay. That's quite okay. I am going to take the roller that I used a minute ago. I'm dipping the end in my paint, and I'm gonna do this. I want some texture, like I said, and I want the corners to be a little darker. Just in different depth and texture throughout. Add, go over it a little bit. Still giving me the texture. I have to go back on these. Must have had a thicker layer of paint there. It wouldn't have lifted so much. But, you know, it's fixable. Okay. And I can come back. All right. There we go. I'm just gonna leave that alone for a minute and let that dry. Okay, so this is pretty dry. So I've got a little piece of sponge here. Just gonna dip it in my paint. Giving me texture. That's exactly what I wanted. Want some raised pieces on the canvas. Do it different directions, make sure I don't get lines. Okay. You know, I could put gloves on, but why would I want to do that? Why in the world would I want to put gloves on? I usually wear gloves, but not for this. Go ahead and texture this a little bit. Don't need a lot here. You'll see why. All right. I think that'll work. And if I feel like I need some more later, I can come back and I can add some. But I think that is going to work beautifully for right now. So this I do need to let completely dry before I continue to the next step. Okay, now that this is completely dry, I'm going to take some old gold that I just have mixed up over here with some water, and I'm just going to freeform a dancer right here. I'm going to go over this again. I'm just trying to get some kind of outline. There we go. And this is thin. I'm going to go over it with thicker paint, but I just wanted the outline of her body right here. And then when I have her hair come down like this, and her arm come down. Okay, that's a little much right there. Anything you do, you can always go back over. Okay. This needs to come up a little. Okay. Okay, now that I have a basic form, I'm just gonna come in and just form her. I don't want this to be perfect. That's not the point. I do want her to be abstract. hair coming down. I want some thicker parts, and then I want some thinner parts. Arm to come down. And again, this is not supposed to be perfect. It is an abstract piece of her dancing. Making her hair strokes. Your arm to come down a little bit more. Okay. Give her some shape and some form. I want some of the background to show through. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now that I've got her, let me turn her so you can see. There she is. I'm just adding some gold accents. There we go. Just wherever I feel like I need to put some gold. Just picking a little bit up on the bottom of my knife. Don't like that one. Got a little too carried away there. And that's okay that that happens, because I'll show you what I'm at the very end, you'll see what I'm gonna do. Okay. Got my mop brush. Just going over little pieces of it. Just to give it some softness. That's why it didn't matter earlier. I'm gonna leave use some of that brown. I don't want to cover the whole thing. Okay. More. Just some areas. Just kind of dabbing some on. Just getting a little bit on the back of my palette knife. Okay. I'm gonna come back with my mop brush. Just to hit those areas that I just did. Get a little bit more paint on there. Tiny bit more. Oop. Got a little too much there, so lift some of it off. I'm using old gold instead of a real shiny gold. I'm gonna lift some of that off right there. There we go. Okay. I'm liking her. I like her, I like her. Okay, now I'm going to take my mop brush and go over it just a hair with bronze. Just bring a little bit more of the brown up front. Give it a little bit more dimension. Here we go. Bring in a little bit more brown. Look at it. I think I'm going to add some bronze to her. Just a little bit. Just to give her an additional little bit. Blending it in with that old gold. Just a hint. Doesn't have to be everywhere. I'm just gonna, just to give her a little bit more dimension. Right, just a little bit of that bronze in there. Okay, I am happy with her. Okay, so here is the overall painting. I did go in, and I'm sorry I didn't get it on camera, and added these swishes in there. I'm not sure what else to call them. What I did was I took my palette knife and I went like this. I dipped it in the paint, so I had a little bit on the edge, and then I took it and went like that. So I apologize I did not get that on camera. I love all the dimensions that she has. The swishes, the boulder pieces. There's bronze in there, old gold, Van Dyke brown. Those are the three colors that I used. You can see I added a little bit of the bronze in her body and in her hair. I think overall she turned out so pretty. I really, really like her. Let me know what your thoughts are. Please leave me a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. And as always, you have a great day. Bye.